Welcome to the monthly update of March 2022. A lot has happened. I just wanted to show you quickly the beautiful place that I'm at before I set down my camera. Super peaceful here. I am on Tenerife. So that's my journal. Gonna place the camera like this, and then we're ready to go. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, what a wild month. Really great month. A lot of diversity, some new directions, new clarity, and my business that I'm going to talk about. And relationship wise, there are like two little things I want to share. So, yeah, first I'm going to give you a quick overview what happened in this month. So, the first 10 days, I was still at this co living, House Manifest on Instagram at house.manifest. That's the new brand now. Also interested to see how that continues, what Steven is doing with that whole project. Maybe I'm going to be a part in the next cohort. We'll see. So 10 days there, and then I went to Algarves, south of Portugal, for 1 week. Met up with two friends there, stayed in an apartment. I worked a lot, didn't actually see too much of the beautiful area there. But one day we went to the coast and I flew the drone. It was amazing. And I also met a friend that I haven't seen in 5 or 6 years who now has 2 or 3 children, and they recently left Germany. Um, the whole COVID situation, it was too much for them. So they decided to quit everything. They have one big camper van and like a smaller one. And now they're in Portugal. And I'm sharing that because it's connected to other things that I'm going to share later. So this guy works and yeah, has a really amazing setup and a really cool life now here in Portugal with his family. So then I went back to Lisbon for like a super beautiful healing event, and then I flew to Tenerife. So now I'm here. I have this camper van, I think, for a little over 2 weeks in total. On the 7th of April, I will take the ferry, 37-hour ferry, um, from Santa Cruz here to Huelva in Spain. And then I have another 2 days or so, 3 days to drive back to Lisbon. Maybe I've shared that last time already, probably, but the idea to potentially live in a community is still there. On my way back from Spain to Lisbon, I want to visit 1 or 2 communities and see, how the situation there is, and if that could be interesting to me. There's one. It's called the Dream Factory, and they are using the structure of a DAO, like blockchain crypto DAO, to organize everything, which is super fascinating to me because yeah, I want to learn more about that space, and I like here and there I read an article and try to educate myself. I think that's a very smart thing to do, probably for everyone to some degree. So that's that. Um, I wrote down notes, but they're not super well organized. Sorry. Okay, let's continue with maybe general, like living. Yeah, we were already talking about living. So I'm here in Tenerife, and I have my coaching calls. I don't know, on average, maybe 2 a day, I would say, and it works really well. I have 120 gigabytes, a little Wi-Fi modem. Um, yeah, and the like here right now is no service at all, but for the most part, I have full speed LTE internet that is actually more stable than when I'm in Lisbon in some Wi-Fi network. So I've been just sitting there using this table and doing my coaching sessions from the van, and it's really amazing. What I also started doing is to do more coaching sessions via audio. and that is also really great. So I feel like, you can tune in a little bit differently when you don't have to look at the screen. The clients liked it so far, so I'm considering doing more of that also because I don't have to sit and look at my computer. I can walk around, stretch my body, and the client as well, right? Because probably most of us sit in front of a screen too many hours every day. So that's interesting. I'm gonna further explore that. Mm, yeah. So I am considering buying a camper van, not one of those, but like a bigger one, maybe to live there. I don't know yet. I think it could be a cool combination with the community stuff, to have my home with me, but then I can still live in a community, use their facilities, and be a part of the yeah, project, the community there. We'll see, we'll see, because that would bind me more to Europe. Mm, I'm still considering going back to Bali at least for maybe 2 or 3 months because I've tested all my gut biome and spent like a couple €100 to do all the tests, and now it's time to do the treatment. The treatment consists of like a bunch of supplements that I would need to buy, but then also a very specific, strict diet for 2 months or so. And doing that in Bali would be easier because I could just hire a chef. It's way more affordable there. Tell this person what to cook, and that's it. Also, I would like to see a few people in Bali. Yeah, but it does feel like Portugal is the place to be right now. Right. Maybe just one little story. Yesterday evening, so I arrived here, and right there behind me was another camper van. It was a German girl, and I started talking to her. She's 26. She's a bookkeeper. That's what she learned. And this morning she had an interview to get a bookkeeping job, working from her van in Tenerife or Spain, wherever she wants to be. And she told me that she was in Fuerteventura and she met quite a few people who worked online from their vans. So I think it's super fascinating that this is now a lifestyle that's possible. Right? We have the remote jobs, we have pretty good internet connection for the most part. Soon, I don't know exactly what the status is, but Skynet, from Elon Musk, all the satellites that are shot up in the around the Earth, they provide basically perfect internet no matter where you are because it's from the satellites and not from some um, towers. So yeah, if you watch that, like, I want you to know this lifestyle is possible for probably quite a lot of people. And the reason why, I mean, some people don't like it. They want to have their own, I don't know, apartment and just live there and have their routines. But I know a lot of people also would like to have a life with more adventure. Um, and you don't have to only go for 2 weeks on holiday on a camping trip. This could be your life. Cool. So I'm gonna talk about the business last. Relationship wise, it's just a term I use, but I've shared in those monthly updates that I wanted to go to Brazil to meet my ex-girlfriend, Fernanda. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. Being in this camper van brought up a lot of memories because I met her in Australia. We went on camping trips there together with my van, and then we rented a van. Even in Germany, we went on a trip with a van. And I asked her if she's open to do a closing ceremony because it seems like, okay, we're not meeting. So I want to close that kind of officially. And I think this is a beautiful way to end a relationship, in a good way, where you share what you're grateful for, your favorite memories, the vision that you have for the other person. She didn't respond to that, so I made a video. I did it myself, basically. I haven't sent it to her yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So that's that. And um, I I met this woman in Lisbon, and we had one date, the first date, and then I went away, I think to the Algarves for a week, and then I came back. We had a second date, and now I'm here, not in Lisbon for 2.5 weeks. And yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's for a long time someone where I have a good feeling. I mean, it's super early. It's also a little bit weird to talk about it now here because, um, yeah, maybe she watches this. But yeah, I think we're looking forward to see each other again, just see what happens. And I'm basically constantly monitoring myself to not paint any, pictures of a future relationship, because that's, I guess, what I did in the past, what many people do. You meet someone and then you're like, oh, it could be like this, could be like this, instead of just being present and let's see what happens. Just gonna quickly check if it still records. A little bit. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. All right. So now, let's go over to the business side of things. The coaching business is going extremely well. I'm fully booked, which feels great. And I have a few people who are interested potentially in working with me. Um, so yeah, I might take on another client in like 2 or 3 weeks. Mm, yeah, but it feels really great, and connected to that and to my living situation is renouncing my German citizenship and setting up my business in a different way. And I've done research, and I kind of feel like I know what to do now. I'm gonna found a LLC in the US. That seems to make the most sense for me. And then um, maybe I'm living as a traveler, having no residency nowhere for a while, or it might be Portugal, and then I pay tax here. Yeah, but yeah, being registered in Germany, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna live there again. It's very likely that I don't. So yeah, mm, which means that I wanted to do the online course now, and I'm really excited about it, but I have to hold myself back because this business setup stuff is very important and it has to come first. So hopefully in the next few weeks I can have that handled. Yeah, it's not a fun process, of course, with all the bureaucracy and stuff, but it does feel good to. I'm kind of over the very low where I'm just like, ah, like, okay, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, kind of, I can see how this is possible. I have some really great people around me who have done something similar and can help me and give me tips. That's that. The podcast I haven't posted last weekend or the weekend before, where I should have, to stay with a weekly rhythm. Um, but I did record another one, and yeah, trying to to be more consistent with that, with the posting every other week. But yeah, I think that's it. Let me see. Oh yeah, one more thing. So I was traveling around in this camper van and just like driving through the mountains, doing coaching sessions, cooking, driving, all of that stuff. And the whole time I was like, it's kind of pointless to see the nature from the camper van. I want to be in nature. I want to hike. And then yesterday I went on a hike and it was amazing. I was in this misty mountain. They were so nebulous. It looked so epic. And I was like, I want to take videos and photos, but also I want to have someone with me who can do that together with me, because as a single person, it's not the same. So that's the one thing, maybe besides finding a life partner, that I want to manifest. A person who, I mean, we just have to get along super well, of course, but then who is flexible enough to be with me, to film, to edit, to make cool content. And I mean, obviously, the best way for me would be just to earn enough money so that I can pay someone full time. I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but yeah, that would be the missing piece for my creative expression. And instead of doing me just sitting in front of the camera on my phone, because I don't want to have extra work putting it together from my normal camera and the audio, and then editing it. Like, I do this because I just know that this is not a very high priority. It doesn't bring my business forward, and I can't lose focus on the activities that really matter to bring money in. But I would love to make those better, more interesting, with cool like stuff and some music and a story, and not just me sitting here. That's only one little example. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching if you did. This also goes out to my future self, because I do those videos also as a kind of documenting my journey. So when I'm 45, I can look back, I can show them my children. Yep, awesome. I'm gonna cook something now. Then I have one coaching session in like an hour, and I'm gonna drive 2 minutes this direction, and there's internet. Yes. Oh man, this is so amazing. I was flying the drone earlier through the trees here. Wow, such an adrenaline kick. Yeah. Okay, and before we stop, maybe one little quick. I can stand up in here, which is amazing. I can cook here. This turns into the bed. There's a little fridge that I don't really use because I don't have so much solar power, and I need to charge my laptop a lot. Yep, there we go. Peace.